It's time!
Hello.
Hello and welcome to Achievement Hunting 101, the podcast that eats like a meal. Wait, I think we've did that one before.
It's possible.
I'm pretty sure we've done that one before. Well, this is level 188. This is the hype show. Wait, the hype show. This Get Hyped. This is the live show. Joining me tonight is Big L.
Hello.
Kooshboos.
I can't top that. How you doing?
And Rocker Dude.
Just go for the whole gambit. Hello.
There you go. That hype.
To set expectations.
Lowered expectations.
I'm supposed to teach him what gambit means. It's okay. It's a Tennessee thing.
So is Chasm.
Apparently. Don't correct him. It's funnier when it's wrong.
Now, when you sang Lower Expectations, is that like something from Encanto or something like that?
No, that's SNL.
Oh.
Saturday Night Live.
I'm just assuming everyone seems to be singing songs from that movie. I haven't seen it. I don't have a 2-year-old or anything that's interested in Disney movies.
Yes, 2-year-old. Yes.
Well, older kid than what Oliver is. He's 1. He doesn't care about movies yet.
But you listen to, what is it, Little Baby Bum or something? That's still a thing?
Baby,
That's a thing,
bum, bum, bum,
but we
bum.
don't actually use this. We use the Super Simple songs.
Yeah,
just
I
whatever
remember
lullaby.
listening to that stuff on repeat. The Wheels on the Bus and I think Little Baby Bum. I think that's what it's called.
That is a thing. I know some of my friends' kids listen to that. I don't do that. I know Coco Melon is a thing. I just know what it is. I've
That was
never seen it.
That's like new baby stuff. I don't know what
Yeah.
that is.
I don't know. I do my best not to know what this stuff is. But more importantly,
You know what?
happy birthday, yo.
Thank you very much.
He is 54 years young.
Sure, something like that.
Something like that. I don't know.
I don't think that's how math works.
I legitimately have no idea how old he is.
In the meaning of life. Or something like that. That's what I've been told all day.
Oh yeah, fish.
I'm 42.
42. Wow, that's old.
Oh yeah. Can you imagine being older than 42? Oh, kill me now.
Man, I didn't know you were that young compared to me.
You're not. I'm always the same amount of years older than you are.
That
For now.
isn't wrong.
Technically. This is not a math podcast, though.
It's not. But this is a gaming podcast. So let's get into our topic of discussion, which talks about some games. This week's topic of discussion, the question that we gave out to our patrons was, Elden Ring has been getting a lot of 10 out of 10 scores from everybody, like literally everybody. With that said, how do you define a 10 out of 10 or a 5 out of 5 or whatever scale have you? And then also, what are some of your favorites, for
This
example?
is clearly targeted at me, but I'll take it.
Yeah. So go ahead, Corey. We'll lead it off with you.
Okay. So in the Discord, like we have this, just like fantasy football, we have Fantasy Critic. If you don't know, like there's a secret channel, and every year we draft video games and their ratings based off of OpenCritic, which is like Metacritic, gives a score, and that score gives you points. And there's bidding and counter picks and things like that. And so obviously Elden Ring just came out and it's getting a ton of scores. So whoever picked that up, which I think was Kronos, is doing really good. He got a lot of points from that. And so we were just discussing, what makes a game 10 out of 10. And so we brought that conversation, or I did, out of that secret channel into the open and the gaming news. And to me, so I do review games, right, for a website. I will never, here's a fun fact, I will never give a game a perfect score. To me, something maybe can have that, but most likely it's never going to have that, because in my eyes, a perfect score means a perfect game. It means that I don't have to play any games for the rest of my life after that. And almost everybody, if not everybody, disagrees with me, but I see it like a test. Yes. If you get 10 out of 10 questions right on your test, you get a 100. You get a perfect score. There's nothing wrong with the answers that you gave for that test. But for video games, it seems like it's different. People don't associate it the same. So Lego Head, for example, he's a patron that wrote in, 10 out of 10 or 5 out of 5 means anything I would rate between 91 and 100%. Well, first of all, that doesn't math very well. 10 out of 10 does not equal 91. So that's a 9 out of 10 game. He said, great games that I enjoyed for a wide variety of reasons. For me personally, co-op experiences tend to elevate a game when it comes to a rating. And he agrees with Echo, who I'm sure will hear his thoughts in another comment. But obviously, okay, he agrees with Echo, but not Chewy. These names are throwing me off. We're all different, and that's the wonder of any medium. What is amazing to me is it can be horrible to others. I completely agree with the Minecraft is amazing, but I don't feel Undertale at all. Yeah, and that's the thing. That's all reviews. All reviews are subjective. So I don't take what anybody says for anything more than a grain of salt. But to me, you can't call something perfect and give it flaws. I can't take it.
So, in your opinion, should the scales be like a 1 to 100, and like a Red Dead Redemption 2 or an Elden Ring or something like that get a 99 just because it's not perfect, but it's about as close to perfect as you can get?
So you're saying with a lower number, people are being forced to round up?
In your head.
I mean, yeah, I guess technically that's. I mean, I don't know.
Out of 10, you would give like Elden Ring or Red Dead Redemption 2 a 9.9. It doesn't deserve that 10 because it's not perfect.
Exactly. If there's a flaw, it cannot have.
All right,
a perfect
Corey,
score.
did you ever go to school?
I'm in Tennessee, so not really.
Okay, so for us people who are educated, let's say you wrote an essay and the teacher gave you an A+ on it. You think
that's not
it
a
was
score.
perfect, or do you think that it was pretty damn good?
A+ is a range.
It is a score. No, A+.
It's a range.
100.
No, A+ was a range. It was
They're
either
all
a 99
they're
or
all-
100. In my school, anyway.
At the end of the day, that A+ is going to turn into a number, and you're going to get a number grade. So it definitely counts for some sort of a number.
Well, if it is translated to a number, and you had nothing wrong with your essay, then yeah, it's a perfect essay, perfect score, no flaws.
It's between a 91 and 100, obviously.
Well, they have to give it a certain number, and if you get a 99, then you had a flaw. It's not perfect.
All right.
Now, I want to know, like, what could possibly make the perfect game for you?
I'll tell you what, nothing ever can. Or if it does, that means that you don't need to play another video game for the rest of your life unless you are expecting something not as good as that game.
Then
It's the office of video games.
How do I say this? So if we can't have a perfect game, then wouldn't something that has been rated a 10 be our standard for this is what a 10 out of 10 game is? And this is why we give it a 10.
I mean, then you're comparing, and you can't. You're getting too not ethical. You're getting too theoretical. Like, I don't know. Comparing something is fine, and I guess you could say if you give this a 9 out of 10, and this game is better than that. I don't know. There's other things you have to look into it as well. There's old video games that suck balls. They're rated 9s and 10s from the past, but if you played them today, they would not hold up. It's all a product of the time.
Interesting. Okay, I see what you mean by that.
I think you were trying to say what Phil Wendell just said. Just make all games on a scale of 11 and then rate them from 1 to 10.
You know what? That would be fine. Nothing would ever get an 11, unless it was a Spinal Tap game.
Wow.
Did I use that reference right?
Yes.
I've never been more proud of you than I am right now.
I'm very surprised you used that reference correctly.
I've never seen it.
I
said, what's the point of a 10 if you can't use it?
I don't know. To always strive for it. If you finally meet, I don't know, if you finally get that perfect thing, then what was good is the rest of your life. You've already found what you're searching for. You just need to stop. So that not perfect things is what keeps us going in life.
You never give an Uber driver 5 stars.
I've never been in an Uber. You think I would trust somebody?
That's about right.
Have you ever rated a game on TA 5 out of 5?
That actually came up in Discord when this conversation came up. I've never given 4.5. I think had like a handful, but I don't really rate games on TA.
Interesting.
And I mean, as you get smaller in number, it is harder to say like, okay, it's a good game and I only have 5 points. What am I going to do with it? But I don't know. Maybe bigger numbers are the key. I don't think it has gotten a 100 out of 100. Elden Ring has, but it's probably in. I've seen 90 somethings.
See, out of 10 is the best. Is the best scoring system.
I mean, what we can all agree on is that I'm wrong, right? We can all agree with that.
Yeah, I can't see. Yeah, there's no one in the
100%.
chat agreeing with you, Corey. I gotta say.
I didn't think there would be. When I said this was targeted toward me, like there's a bullseye right on my forehead.
And
it's just fine. It's fine.
There's a TA member, Oriole, who gives all the games he plays a 5 out of 5, and then there's Awoo, who gives every game 0.5 out of 5. So
who started
give it somewhere in the middle.
Who started it? Oriole?
Yeah, it's all Oriole's fault.
Well, then that means Awu is a saint because he's just balancing the universe.
Well, on OpenCritic, Game Informer and GameSpot have given it 10 out of 10, as has IGN. So
any 100th out of 100.
Elden Ring.
Well, yeah, if you multiply.
Well, we can't do that.
Yeah.
If you read the reviews, do they do any flaws or nitpick anything?
I don't know. There's a lot of words. It's
I don't expect us to read it, but the listeners can read.
Yeah,
this
is not an English podcast
on Elden Ring. I don't do the Souls games. I don't feel like beating my head against the wall. Maybe one day for a stream, I don't know, but for fun for me, it's a game that I pick up where I'm not streaming or anything like that. I do not want to play Dark Souls. I don't want to play Soulsborne or whatever the crap it's called.
That's another argument. Is
even
the person doing
Elden Ring looks amazing. It looks absolutely amazing.
Person doing the review, someone that would enjoy that game, they pick that game to review. In.
Maybe I will do it for 5 subs, Echo.
I mean, it's hard because that's why I say with all reviews, take it with a grain of salt because they're not you, so they're gonna enjoy if they enjoy the game, it could be the best game of the year for them, but it may not be for you. So in almost all my reviews, I say if you are a platforming fan, you should check this out. I recommend it. But if you're not, then that tells you right then and there, I don't need to play this game.
That also is the key. Whoever the reviewer is, they're gonna have a very different take. I remember hearing this one story about Madden. I don't know what it was. It was a long time ago. Like, let's say Madden 07 or something, where it got an awful review. Absolutely terrible review from IGN. It was like a 4 out of 10 or something like that. And everyone went, oh my gosh, this is the worst Madden game, blah, blah, blah. Well, it turns out that the guy who usually does Madden reviews didn't do it on this one for whatever reason. And someone who doesn't play Madden whatsoever reviewed this game, and his biggest critique is that it's broken. Well, it wasn't broken. What he thought was broken is that when you're playing, the screen would shake and get fuzzy and whatnot, and he thought the game was messing up. But really, what it was, it's a feature where, like, if you have home team, you can like pump up the crowd to make it noisy, like they do in real life. But in the game, the screen it starts to shake and goes fuzzy.
He was an outsider seemingly without prior knowledge to the franchise. He can't rate it as an improvement because he just sees what he sees, and obviously that is not, anything added on to the previous year, which is what those games are based on.
Yeah, I mean, like, if you were to give me a point and click game, I'm not going to give it a fair score because I don't like those games. I don't know how to properly rate them. So, if we gave L the point and click game, he would be able to give it a fair score. He would know how to review that properly because he enjoys those games. So there is definitely something in for the scores if that is your cup of tea. If you don't like that style of game, it doesn't matter if it gets a 10 out of 10. You're not going to like the game.
Yeah, I mean, if you're really looking for scores, I would find a reviewer that has similar taste to you, and then you can just go based off their taste if you rely on that. What I like to do is I will go look up gameplay, and I can usually determine from that if I think it's going to be up my alley or if it's enough to convince me to try it, which is a very low bar. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, see, I want to try Elden Ring just because it looks awesome, but I know it's not going to happen. All right, let's read another patron response. This one from Philip Wendell. He says a 10 out of 10 game can be from any genre. 100%. A key element, though, is an achievement list that doesn't require you to finish something in a certain amount of time or require following a guide. I love games that allow you to play, get achievements, and then look at the list to complete what you missed. Open world games are usually good about this, like Mad Max, Far Cry 4, and GTA games, minus the multiplayer. Other games I've loved for a great story, like Spiritfarer and Outer Wilds. I agree with Sabin Rothschild on the experience when you think about a game when you're not playing it and you want to get back to it, which I just realized we didn't read his yet. So I shouldn't have went second. My bad. But yeah, there is something to the game where if you have a better achievement list, it does make it better. At least
that's
for
a whole
this
different
community, though.
That's a whole different review scale.
It is.
So again, you have to take what you're consuming as a review into consideration and what matters to you, basically.
Well, since I read that one, Nate, why don't you go ahead and go? You've been quiet.
Yeah. So Sabin Rothschild says 5 out of 5 rating generally needs to be something that leaves a lasting impression on me. That can be from gameplay or story narrative setting. Doesn't need to be both, though both at least need to be competently handled. That's not a particularly high bar, but I don't have a huge percent of games scored that high. I think the most subjective element is how it makes me feel. I tend to just know when to give a 5 and rarely second guess myself, unlike other scores, which I can sometimes moderate after a period of reflection. What I really wish is that I could identify games that I will end up 5 rating before I play them. That would be very handy. So yeah, I kind of agree with there's no such thing as a perfect game, but I understand why you...
No, not you too.
I understand why you give things 10 out of 10, 5 out of 5. They should be games that are kind of like turning points or signposts, right? And when I look back at those 5 years from now, those should be genre defining, or those should be feature defining or turning point games that have taken that genre or taken that game type and kind of not perfected it, but it's the best version of that game type out there. Like, Elden Ring is really getting, it started this discussion. It's getting all this praise because it has taken the open world formula and it has done it better than anybody else, according to these reviewers. I don't know from personal experience, but that's my understanding of why it's getting these super high, at the ceiling scores. And that's kind of what I expect to see. Like if you go back, you pull out any one of these magazines, right? And you look at them and they've got those scores where they're at 10s. Those should be like your Marios, like your Metroid Primes. That's what you expect to see hit 10 of 10. Yeah, Forza 5 or whatever. You expect to see those games, not at launch, but you expect to see those were games that changed the genre at that time. Yeah, it's not still a perfect game. It's still not like the thing you want to play and only play, but it changed the way that type of game was at that time, at that point in time. And that's how I see it. Do I rate games? I rate some games. Games that I like, I think are classics or instant classics, or that I really enjoyed. Those rare games for me on TA will get a 5 out of 5 or whatever the rating is. And then just about everything else, if it's a really good game, give it like a 4 or 5. And if it's just your average, it's like a 3-5. And then the garbage stuff, either doesn't get rated or it's like a warning rating of like 1-5 or something like that. 1. So that's how I do it.
I'm curious to know what your signposts are on TA. Do you know what you've rated a 5 out of 5?
Ori, obviously.
Okay.
Forza.
I don't think any Forza is a 5 out of 5.
Death's Door, I'm sure, is 5.
Okay.
I would probably do that for Immortals Phoenix Rising as well.
Interesting.
Possibly. But I haven't looked. To me, that was like the epitome, and maybe that was just hype. Maybe that was recency bias, and I was like super into it because I know it does have flaws. So it's obviously not perfect, but at that time, I mean, it was pretty darn good. Yeah, I don't know. You don't don't hold me to what I said in the past. You can never do that.
All right.
Do we have any others?
How about you, El?
Hi.
Hi.
I'm going to read the last patron submission from Echo, who's been very boisterous in the Twitch chat. He says 10 of 10s are masterpieces. But that doesn't mean everyone will like it. Not everyone is going to appreciate the Sistine Chapel if it's not their thing. Execution and novelty is what will get a game to that 10 out of 10 score. For execution, it's based on the intended scope and how well the creator implemented their vision. Compared to its peers, it has standout best-in-class traits, whether that's story, gameplay, music, etc. Tony Hawk is not trying to tell you a story. Life is Strange is not trying to push the envelope on gripping gameplay. Novelty is equally important. What new ideas does it bring to the table? Does it evolve the medium in any way? This is important to consider. Undertale or OG Minecraft can't stack up to AAA releases in overall scope, but they brought something new and original to the market. All right. Well, thank you for that essay. I agree with a lot of what you're saying. Yeah, something like Minecraft, most of us probably wouldn't call that a 10 out of 10, but it could be, kids pour thousands of hours into it and Lego Head. So you're doing something right. I think the most important thing is what you said was the Sistine Chapel reference. And in our Twitch in our Twitch chat, we had Ace Phoenix, who said you can recognize a game as being good, so even if you don't enjoy the genre. It's the smartest thing you've said. So, for example,
I agree with that.
If someone asks you if you'd rather watch, I don't know, The Godfather or Billy Madison, you might recognize that The Godfather is a better made movie, but just be in the mood for some Billy Madison or not want to watch, a drama. But yeah, I agree with what you're saying. I am also on the, I'll give a 5 out of 5 to a game if I enjoy it.
Yep, same.
But I like what you said earlier, Kenny. Like, if it was out of 100, I probably wouldn't give games 100 unless it was really amazing.
So how come that doesn't scale down?
Well, I mean,
I don't know.
I guess it depends on the site or the reviewer or whatever. But I know
on TA,
IGN,
you can go 4.5.
Yeah, you can do half stars. I know IGN has recently gotten rid of 9.9s and 9.7s and stuff like that. They've just gone to 1, 2, 3, just whole numbers.
That's what Game Informer's always done. That's what those magazines have done.
I mean, if you go from 1 out of 100 and you scale it down, instead of being a 99, it's just a 9.9.
Has anybody in the chat played Elden Ring? Who are those people that buy full price games at launch?
While we're waiting for that,
No.
I took a look at my games collection, and well, first of all, my ratings. I don't know what the heck I was smoking when I rated some of these games, but I've rated about 15 or so games. I've given 1.5. El, do you have any idea what game that is?
Mr. Pumpkin's Adventure.
Surprisingly, no.
Oh,
Borderlands 2.
Surprisingly, no.
Experience with me.
It was an experience with you.
Scott Pilgrim.
That's it. The only game I've given a 0.5.
I guess you gave Skyrim a 5.
Of course. That's if I rated it. No, Yeah,
apparently, I only rate Vayners because out of the, I don't know, there's probably 15 or less here that I'm looking at that even have a rating. They go from 2 to 4.5, and only 2 are not Vayners. But of the top of the list, we have the Messenger, in no particular order, the Messenger, Shadow Complex Remastered, Maneater, and Cause and the Wild Mask. And see, this is how often I don't rate stuff, because Death's Door should be up there as well. And thinking about it,
Yeah.
I would have to go back and hear my thoughts on it at the time, but I can't think of any negatives that Death's Door had. Does that mean it's a perfect
Got to
game?
be better.
I don't know.
Got to be better than that generic cause crap that you so much.
Ooh! What are you doing?
Cause was one of the best
I watched that
platformers that I
video.
played.
Oh, that game. Yeah.
That you have to experience that
Shadow
one.
Complex.
Yeah, that's the one that got me into Metroidvanias before I even knew what they were.
So looking at mine, yeah, Metroidvanias are all over it. Shadow Complex, Guacamelee.
Oh,
You got Rayman Legends.
you don't
got
have a
Inside.
good soundtrack.
You got Death's
Not gonna-
Door. I was wrong in that Immortals Phoenix Rising, I gave it a 4.5. So there you go, Fug. You can put away your hatred for me giving something a 5. It was a 4.5. You can verify that.
Sometimes my heart gets into it and it gets rid of all the logic because I rated Super Epic a 4.0. And I know that's not like the best game, but I guess I feel like I had to rate it highly because only 46 people have played it.
Hmm.
You know, kind of
That's
deal.
interesting.
I also have to say I put Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Like that game, I think
So good.
it was the peak of Assassin's Creed for me. So
Interesting.
I was just going to say a game needs to have a banger of a soundtrack for me to give it a 5 out of 5. Just so you know.
Well, if it makes you feel better, I'm going through and rating a couple more 0.5s. You know, all the visual novels and Mr. Pumpkin's Adventure. Just go ahead and give them all a 0.5 because
Back for Blood.
Back for Blood's not a 0.5. Are you kidding? It's a 3. It's a mediocre. 3.5. All right, let's continue on from this. Let's get into the game showcase. Just going right down the list. Nate, you got first.
So I played, surprise of all surprises, a Game Pass game. It is Generation Zero. Now, I had picked this up because it was super cheap long ago, so you're welcome.
Of course.
But it is recently added to Game Pass, I would say in the last month or so. Do not fact check me on that. Generation Zero is interesting. Let's just say I didn't pay attention to the story too much at the beginning, so let's just consider this is all true and don't fact check me on this either.
I said Nate go, not Corey.
Oh, sorry. So this game takes place in Sweden, and in this alternative universe of Sweden, they have stocked up on weapons. This is after World War II. They said, you know what, we need all the weapons. So they stocked up on all the weapons. They trained all of their citizens in warfare and how to use all kinds of weapons. And there's just in every room, in every house, in every barn, there's, ammo, hollow point, sniper rifle ammo, just everywhere. Just, you can trip over it. And they just stockpile all this stuff. And then one day you go out on a boat trip, and while you're gone, basically the robots have taken over the entirety of Sweden, and you have to go through and liberate, I guess, your home area. I haven't gotten too far into it. I played, looks like I played for 3 hours. And it's okay. The nice thing about this game is you can change the difficulty, and difficulty does not matter for achievements. So you can crank it down
even better
to tourist mode. And it's still a little challenging. I mean, you do have to worry about ammo a little bit. The medium difficulty, ammo, I think, could become a problem just because your bullets do less damage. They seem to be a little more inaccurate. But it's not bad. It actually reminds me of playing an MMO. I guess I haven't played a game like this in a long time. But it's weird to die and then have to go back to a spawn point. So the last base camp you were at, you have to pick, okay, well, where do you want to go? Where do you want to start from this time? And then you kind of just go back out and you try to complete these objectives. Now, granted, I'm still not done with all the intro missions, so that's fun. It's listed as 40 to 50 hours. Like I said, I put 3 hours in. So I would have hoped that I'd have been done with the intermissions by now, but it shouldn't be much longer. There's online multiplayer. I don't recall how many. I think most people have been doing it with one buddy. So let's just say it's a 2-player, and don't fact check me on that. So that's my plan, is to go in there, get those achievements that are tied to that. Things like getting more than 50% of the damage on an enemy that you both damaged. I think there might be ones for completing stuff too. But there's a good amount, and there's DLC as well. Don't recall if that was paid or not. That I don't recall. I would have to dig into that. But yeah, it's not a bad game. But
It looks like it is paid.
Yeah, I was afraid of that. But it does go on sale often. So I have witnessed it and followed it through a bunch of the sales, that you will see this stuff on sale from time to time. So if this is your kind of game, like I said, or maybe I didn't say it, it reminds me of DayZ, but in kind of a good way. DayZ was a mixed bag, and it was more fun because you had a whole bunch of people that couldn't make that really long shot, and that just made it really fun. But in this game, I think the fun is just going to be going around and tricking the AI. Apparently, the AI is very focused on like one person. Like, go right after that guy, and you can, maybe as a second guy, you can take pot shots. I don't know, but it's okay if you've got a friend. You're going to need one because you do have to do multiplayer. But yeah, it's okay.
This game looks interesting. Like it didn't look fantastic by any means.
Absolutely.
Like a 3 or so, but maybe
no,
like
no.
Are we
1.5
rating our
in-
games now?
in Corey, a 1.5 in Corey's universe. Who knows?
No, 3's perfectly acceptable.
I know I won this game. Actually, I think I won a code to this game when TA used to do streams. And it's been one of those games. It's like, I've always just kind of been there. Always want to try, but haven't yet. I think if I had players or some friends to play it with, it might be a little bit better. But
I always had the impression that it was more of a first-person shooter, kind of like, not like a Gears, but that's third person, but that kind of action. When really it feels a lot more like a first-person MMO.
See, I thought this was more along the lines of like an MMO.
Well, then you would have been closer.
Interesting. Okay. Well, you said it's on Game Pass, right?
It is on Game Pass. I played it on the cloud actually initially, and it was pretty responsive. And then I played it on the console, and it's as you expect there. But even the cloud play was very solid. But I wasn't playing with someone else, so I don't know if that makes a big difference. But at least solo play, if you're out and about and you need to play something, this one is not bad.
Cloud play is just so hit and miss. There's times where it is perfect. It's like playing on your Xbox, and there's other times it's a no-go with shooters. All right, though. Yeah, it was Generation Zero. I guess I'll go next since I'm next in the list. So, speaking of games I had been wanting to play, and it's been installed on my Xbox forever. I decided to finally play the game Slay the Spire. I've heard so many good things about this game. I've just never really quite picked it up and played it. But given that this is the year of the roguelikes, I'm like, all right, let's give this a shot. It's a roguelike collectible card game, and then also card and board. There are the 3 categories that TA gives it. Man, so the game, if you don't know, you have some sort of a hero, and there's 4 different heroes. They each have different abilities, different starting decks. Like I said, this is a card game, and they kind of do different things. Like the one that I've been using, he's more of just like a warrior class, I guess you could say. And you start off and you kind of like have a map, and you can choose your different starting points, and as you go through the map, it's kind of like a set path of where you can go, but it shows you in advance of like, oh, you're gonna fight a monster or a boss. They call them elites. Or you're gonna hit a treasure room or something like that, and you just kind of go forward. As every time you beat someone, you get a card to help improve your deck, or some sort of other bonus, some gold for when you hit a merchant or something like that. I'm a little. TA says I put about 2.5 hours into it. That sounds about right. So far, game is really good. I can see why everyone's giving it a lot of praise. It is a lot of fun. I know there's been a couple of people in Discord that have absolutely been raving about this game, and them making me wanting to play it. And if you're watching us here on Twitch, you can see all that what's going on with the different deck building and stuff like this. I know, Corey, you've been going through the roguelikes. Have you tried this one yet, or anybody else?
I've dived it. It definitely has a lot of those elements of some other roguelites like Hades or Curse of the Dead Gods with the whole pick a path thing. It does seem like a fun game, but it's also one that, at least to start, I wouldn't want to put a lot of time into other games at the same time. I feel like that with any card game, to be honest. I feel like I need to learn the cards well enough, and I can't do that if I'm only playing it, a little bit here and there. I feel like you got to have some focus, and then once you know it, it'll be like Pokemon, and you can just go back in and you know what the cards do, and you can just go throughout the game. But it does look like a good game. I will say that I think I dived it on cloud, since we just mentioned that. This would be a good cloud game.
Yes. That's something I was gonna mention. This is a perfect game for the cloud. If your controls are a second behind, it's no big deal, because it is all turn based. There's no twitch skills needed or anything like that. So this is a great one. And also, if you do play this on the cloud, like if you're playing this on your phone, it has touch controls, which honestly would probably make this game a little bit nicer to play. This is probably better to play on the computer or with touch controls than a controller. Not saying a controller's bad, it's just, that level of precision is a little bit nicer.
It's still not touch screen though, right? Like you can't just pick this card. You still have to use a virtual D-pad, right?
So TA says xCloud touch controls. I thought that meant I
think it just brings up a virtual controller, which is still nice because you don't
need
a controller
on the screen, and you do all the button presses.
Oh, I misunderstood what it says. Okay, never mind. I take back what I just said.
But it's still a nice on-the-go game where you don't need another peripheral to play.
Right. I will say, though, looking at the achievement list, if you're a completionist, this is not something you're going to want to get. There's a lot of stuff in here that either looks extremely grindy or just difficult. While I don't exactly understand what some of the achievements mean, looking at the titles and the description and whatnot, some of them are probably a little bit more random, since it is, a roguelike. That's just how that is. I mean, TA says it's a 200+ hour completion, so take that for what it's worth. But yeah, I mean, everything that I've heard from it says it's really good, and I look forward to playing some more of it. Don't know if I'll be able to get the completion. I don't know if I'll stick with it for 200+ hours, but at least for the time being, it's fun.
And looking at the video, it looked like using a cursor. So, like you were saying, it's probably better with touchscreen.
I don't think the cursor's on the console version.
Oh no,
no,
okay.
Yeah, no, that's not on the console. That's definitely on the computer, and I don't see it being crossplay. Yeah, TA doesn't say anything about the or not crossplay, play anywhere.
I mean, yeah, Kronos loves that game. I think the Ultimate, some people in the PCM room definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Well beloved.
Yeah, that's Slay the Spire. Definitely a game I would recommend checking out if you like those kind of things. Let's see who we got next. We have L. What game are you talking about?
Keeping that train rolling. I wanted to talk quickly about a pair of Game Pass games that are family friendly.
Ooh.
Sometimes people in the Discord will ask what games my kids play. I found a couple.
Grand Theft Auto.
Okay, I found a trilogy of games. No, the first one is called Townscaper. Many people know it as that easy Game Pass achievement game, but it works really well as a game you can stick in a 9-year-old's hand and watch her build stuff. Fun. It's fun watching young minds grow. So basically, in this game, all you do is you choose a color and you press A, and that's it. You press A a second time, it builds upward. If you press
Wow.
B, you delete it. That's all this game is. And this, unlike what we were calling sandbox games incorrectly, this is a sandbox game.
It sounds like it.
Yes. So the achievements are pretty straightforward. You know, things that you might do automatically, like go as high as you can up to the sky. There you go. There's 100G. If you're looking at the video, you'll see that there's just different colors, and that's it. You just build stuff. There's a couple achievements you have to look at a guide for, because you have to build up and then delete random blocks that are lower to form different shapes. But I thought it was a very good game for what it is. It was a great Game Pass game. I don't think anyone would want to buy this game, but
Right.
how much is this game?
So it's like Minecraft, but with buildings.
Yeah, okay. It's a $5 game. I guess that's not terrible. And also, it is a play anywhere game. I played it on my laptop. So instead of just mashing A, you mash left mouse, basically. Build stuff. There's little grids where you can turn those on and build stuff. So there's not much to say about this game, but I recommend it for anyone with kids.
Or what a quick 1,000.
You definitely will get a quick 1,000. You could follow a video guide. It's usually around a half an hour game. You have to place 1,000 blocks, I think, but that just comes with natural play. There was one tricky one where you had to find a circle and then build a propeller from the circle. Wow, look at that. Look at that city. Beautiful. All right, well, that's Townscaper. I wanted to also mention another Game Pass game, keeping with the tradition, because we've all mentioned Game Pass games so far, and I'm pretty sure none of us will break that streak.
What's the point of buying games? Game Pass is too good.
This is called Rubber Bandits, and a lot of my friends have this game complete, but a lot of people don't, and that it is why it is worth 1,800 TA. So this is, for some reason, maybe people don't have extra controllers lying around or friends, but this is a party game, and it's pretty simple. There's 10 money dollar packets that spawn. You'd have to grab money and escape. And if you're playing in the mode against each other, if you escape, you eventually turn to a cop, and then you can come back and kill the other people. It's just a riot. You knock people across the room. and there's all kinds of different outfits that you can buy with in-game currency. None of that's tied to achievements, though. There was Philip Wendell had invited us. Was looking for someone to boost the 4-player achievement with. Yes, he didn't have 4 controllers, but you cannot use a guest. You have to have 4 different accounts. So
this is just another mayhem party game.
Yes, but I like this better than something like Gang Beasts, where you feel like you
that game.
are you're fighting with the controls. As you can see, they're just punching each other and getting to the exit. That's really it.
Was this better or worse than Cake Bash?
It's different. You can't really compare that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So The 4-player achievement, you need 4 different people on 4 different teams. Make the mistake we did and accidentally put 2 people on the same team. And you just have to have one person spawn back as a cop after getting the 10 gold and tasing the other 3 players. That is probably the hardest achievement. There's a grindy one to win 10 heist games, but that's about the extent of it. That's why this game is closer to the hour and a half range than like a half an hour, just for that one achievement to win 10 heists. Michelle and I played it locally together, and we did all get the achievements for finishing the arcade mode together, but when we were on the same team in heist, it did not count as wins together, so that was weird. So we had to do that separate. But other than that, I recommend this. If you have kids also, it's harmless fun, easy to learn. You just have fun smacking each other and throwing things at each other, blowing each other up.
Oh, yeah,
Yes,
I can see your kids liking this.
Seeing the game in action. I'm glad that you fell asleep that one stream when we were going to stream. This would infuriate me.
Else.
Jeez.
I think you chose something else that day.
I don't know, but this looks infuriating.
I'm pretty sure we were going to play this.
We were going to
We
play
can
it.
still play
yeah.
it. We can still play it. It's on Game Pass still. Hasn't been announced to leave yet.
It's actually a very fun game when you're trying to boost too, because it's very easy to mess up and accidentally kill somebody, or actually run into traffic, or So it's kind of fun when you're trying to boost as well.
Well, we got a couple that are saying that we
Is-
should definitely play it.
Is Noth talking about playing this drunken in the chat? That sounds fun. The reason this came up also was in Better Completions Matter, there was a Lovebirds challenge, and I was paired with Ben L72, and you want to guess how many games we managed to complete together?
75.
Goose egg.
That was a terrible guess, both of you. Well, a hint is that one of them was Rubber Bandits. So we're like, oh, this game has it. So it had to be over a 1.5 ratio. So like, oh, this is 1.8 for an easy stuff. Well, good guess. One, we actually had 2. The other one was Rain on Your Parade. We both had the base game done. We finished up the DLC, so that counted as a high ratio completion. And that was a fun one too. But yeah, those are my family Game Pass recommendations: Runescaper and Rubber Bandits.
All right.
And it looks like a lot of people in the community did Rubber Bandits in the last couple days. Isrit did it, I know, and Philip Wendell and Hatton.
Everybody getting on that train.
Yeah, Rubber Bandits train, and there is the train level. So it's a on rails game.
All right.
Floor is yours, Kenny.
Well, in that case, let's go to Corey for last game in the showcase.
All right. I'm going to talk about a game that Kenny totally skipped over last week and coming real soon, and I didn't interrupt him. It comes out this week. I think by the time the podcast comes out, it comes out that day. But it's called What Lies in the Multiverse. And this is a puzzle platformer. And the crux of the game is you are going throughout these different chapters and these different environments, and you have the ability to go to a parallel universe. It is pixelated and it is very story driven. In fact, the story is probably more interesting than the puzzles at times. What they can do with pixels is pretty crazy nowadays. They convey emotion very well in this game, and it's very humorous. But man, this game is dark. It has 2 warnings when you start the game up. Technically 3, which one is the standard, don't turn off your Xbox while it's saving. The other 2 are for epilepsy, which is pretty common in video games. However, I only point it out because this one is, I can definitely see it being a problem. There's a lot of bright flashing lights, and there is a lot of, at times, switching between these universes. And when you do that, there's usually a whole color swap that you're doing because There's could be a dark version of the universe and a very light version of the universe, and going between the two. Not being somebody with epilepsy, but I could see where that might be an issue. So just keep that in mind. The last warning is that the game is very dark. This game is not for children, because as you're going, as you're going through the universes, and you're switching between like a modern day universe and sometime in the future, maybe. Or just, a different, it's a parallel universe. It's not really in the future, but, something different's happening. It'll show the same people, sometimes in different spots, but they're skeletons. So they're dead. And so there's this one, and the boy's fishing, and he's like, nobody's ever going to find me down here in my favorite fishing hole. And it's like a little bitty pond. The alternate to that is the pond has flooded to the top, where you have to then switch to get to a platform, but the kid is floating in the water. That's the kind of dark I'm talking about. I'll tell you one other one because it's kind of funny. It's one of my favorites. You're talking to these two kids, and it has nothing to do with the universes switching, but she was like, this guy tried to sell me candy. Then my mom took it away. Now she buys the candy every week. And they're clearly not talking about candy, and it just made me laugh. But yeah, the game is super story driven, very fun narrative, and then the puzzles are pretty good. There are 10 chapters, I believe, with a prologue and a final chapter included in that, and each one pretty much introduces a new mechanic to the game, as any good game does. And then at the end, somehow they kind of combine them all. But you definitely have your go-to when you're talking about switching universes, where stuff appears here but not there, so you have to like jump and then time the switch to grab something or land somewhere. They have one where the other one has poisonous air, so you have to hold your breath and switch back, quickly, kind of deal. And then other ones that like it's a snowy place, so you have to use the ice in order to help get you, to other platforms, things like that. So the gameplay is pretty good. It'll take about they say 6 to 8 hours in their propaganda. Unfortunately, I can't say 100% sure if that's true or not. It sounds true, but I got to chapter 5, and I did a very bad thing apparently, where it happens to be the poison universe I was talking about. And I noticed on the way to where they introduced that, which I didn't know it was coming, there looked like a spot where I could get to. So as soon as they gave me ability to go left, your boy went left. And I eventually got to a part where I could not go back. And this is when they introduced the poison mechanic, but they haven't introduced me being able to switch to and from it on my own will. And so I got stuck at this place, and I couldn't go further. And I was a little heartbroken, right? Luckily, the game does have chapter select. So you're able to go back and start any of these chapters. So it was in chapter 5. Can't start chapter 5, so I had to replay 4. That's not too bad. But then I get to chapter 5, and then it never prompted me to continue with the game. So I had to start all the way back from the beginning and speed run the first half of the game. At this point, I'm like 8 hours into the game. I have beaten it 100%. There are collectibles to find. I've gotten all the collectibles. There are miscellaneous achievements. Those come in chapter select, so that's very good. The only thing I have left to get, which, go figure, I could have been first completion, and I probably still can, but I'm kind of done with the game until somebody puts out a guide. I have not got dying in every way. Apparently, there's a ton of ways to die, and I haven't figured them all out yet. And then there are benches in pretty much every chapter. You have to go sit at them. I don't know which one I'm missing, so either it's glitched or I'm just missing one, and it's probably the later. But yeah, that's this game. I really did enjoy it. I will rate it pretty good. Not perfect, but pretty good. The con being you can't skip cutscenes or dialogue in this game, and some are extremely long. I must have pressed my A button what feels like 10,000 times over the course of playing this game, because I'm just pounding through the dialogue. On the second playthrough, I did read it all in the first one. Thank you very much.
Oh.
But What Lies in the Multiverse is pretty cool, and I really enjoyed it, and I think puzzle platform fans will enjoy it as well.
I love the difference in games that
Oh,
we
man.
play. L goes from family friendly to Corey who explicitly says, "Don't play this with your kids."
There are dead people and drug references.
I like the Guacamelee switching between light and dark to solve puzzles.
Yeah, they kind of did that a little bit. Yeah, that's
Metroid
present in
Prime
here for
2.
sure.
It looks to me like that dude with the purple hat is modeled after the Cat in the Hat.
His name's Everett. I'll tell you
Neat.
that, but I didn't get any Cat in the Hat references.
Good
There
rhyme.
is.
His name's Everett, I'll tell you that. He's not modeled after the Cat in the Hat. I like that. Very good.
Yeah, I did that on purpose.
Mm.
Everett.
Interesting. All right.
Well, what would you rate this game, Corey?
This game would probably. What's my scale? That's important here.
Out of 10.
Out of
Probably
10.
metric.
This is probably going to
Whatever
get about a
scale you want.
7.5 to 8 out of 10.
It's Limbo-esque, or Nate.
No, it's not Limbo-esque. This has
Oh,
way too many colors for that.
Great. You said drug references and
Fair.
Saucy entered the chat. His ears were ringing.
Well,
his
of
nose
course.
was ringing.
All right.
Uh,
Well, in that case, let's continue on.
Oh, here's the part about the get in the fish. Hey,
For those that
I'll
are
show you
live,
later.
it's what the fuck.
I'll show you later. Yeah, there's this fish scene, and then he's floating. Okay, yeah, moving on.
oh, the name of the game?
What lies in the multiverse?
All right.
Comes out March 2nd or 3rd.
Cool.
Sometime this month.
All right. Well, in that case, let's get on to some sales. I guess only Nate has some recommendations this week, so go ahead, Nate.
Surprise.
I'll be right back.
There's a shadow game for sale. It's Shady Part of Me. I talked about this before. This is $6 down from $15. It is a platformer. I'd like to call it light platforming or dark platforming. It's 5 to 6 hours. Sorry about the puns. Then I'd like to recommend Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. It's $10 down from $40. This is a Vayner action adventure, 25 to 30 hours. It's a great. It's from a great little indie developer. So please support them, so they could have a sequel. That'd be great. Then there's
No one would buy that game. It's in Game Pass. Come on.
then there's Tawaga Among Shadows, which I have mentioned before on the show. Is $3.74 down from $15. This is a shmup, and it has fun, bite-sized gameplay. The type of game that you can come back to and just kind of, when you've got a little bit of time, not a whole lot of time, but a little bit of time, and you just want to get some sort of action-y game in. You don't have to remember too much. You basically sit in the center of the screen and you just shoot things around you. And then I think there are a couple levels where you're flying around the screen and you have the twin stick shoot at that point. So it's a fun little game. I recommend it. Check it out. Maybe you'll like it too. That's Tawaga Among Shadows.
All right, and
All
moving on to games with gold that were just announced for the month of March. We have The Flame and the Flood on the Xbox One side. That's available all month long. And then for the second half, we have Street Power Soccer. What other kind of soccer would you want to play? On the Xbox 360, we have Sacred 2 for the first half of the month and SpongeBob's Truth or Square for the second half. And if you've been keeping track, that is a whopping $90 value with those games. MSRP.
Wow.
Quick math.
Are they
Moving
any good?
on. Moving on to Game Pass. We did get some Game Pass news today, I think. Yeah, it was today. And added to Game Pass today, March 1st, is Far Changing Tides. This is a sequel, I believe, to another Far game. And changing here. And it's available on cloud, console, and PC. I think it is a twofer as far as stacks goes. I think it's on console and PC. Don't quote me on that. And after all this time, you would have thought Microsoft Flight Simulator would have had it. It finally has cloud support. All that airtime and no clouds, I can't believe it. But they're finally here. Joke courtesy NBA Kirkland. March 3rd, we have Lightning Returns Final Fantasy XIII. That's coming to console and PC. No idea on those stacks. March 10th, we have Kentucky Route Zero, which of course I am a little excited about.
You're kind of obligated to play this one.
It's got a Southern State as in the name, and it is a dog wearing a straw hat for the box art. So, yeah, that one's up my alley. Apparently, Lawn Mowing Simulator is finally coming to the Xbox One. It was announced and then delayed last month. And then we're also getting Young Souls on cloud, console, and PC March 10th. And I kind of saved the best for last. Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy by Square Enix is coming to Game Pass on everything March 10th. I'm pretty excited about that one. Are you guys excited about any of those?
I am somewhat interested in the Final Fantasy 13.
Why?
So, Final Fantasy 13 is always one of those games that like I wanted to play but never really have. We were actually talking about this in the Discord. It's when it comes to the JRPG, the action adventures style is just it's not as much my cup of tea. I really like the turn-based more. I mean, outside of that, you know, Guardians of the Galaxy, I'm definitely looking forward to.
I think that's a really good get.
That category.
Now that one apparently is pretty long, like 30 hours ish. So
it's that long?
I think so, at least for completion. I don't know. I have no idea what the achievements look like for it, but yeah, probably not one that you'd want to do in 2-week leaving period. So maybe get to it if you want. I heard it's good though, so there's that.
Yeah, it's gotten a lot of high praise. So, and I like Guardians of the Galaxy. That's one of the best Marvel movies.
But that's what's coming to Game Pass. Fufu, I'll let you take it back and talk about what's leaving Game Pass.
Wait a minute, you guys are going too fast. Is Guardians of the Galaxy?
They're the ones in space.
Oh, want that little plant thing?
The better Star Trek.
Big plant thing. Yeah.
Oh, roots where it's at.
No spoilers.
Is that only single player?
Yes.
Yes.
And for that reason, L is out.
That is correct.
Now, did you guys also? Did you have more L? More questions about what Guardians of the Galaxy is?
I had a note about Final Fantasy 13 real quick. That is the third Final Fantasy 13 game. Foof, I don't know if you know that or not. That's,
I do know that.
You know that makes no sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
These guys probably rated it 11 out of 10 too.
And it has a time mechanic like Majora's Mask did. So some people, or most people, do not like it, I believe. But I'm sure some people do.
Was that the third one? I thought the second one had the time. The time mechanic to me sounds very interesting. I like that, or I like the idea of that.
Thanks for asking. I don't think we talked about Young Souls, right?
We mentioned it, but we didn't go into details.
About it.
No, we didn't talk about it.
We didn't talk about it. This is a really cool looking game that I don't think I knew about it before. But it is really cool looking. You know, it looks like something I would be super into. So if you have ever liked the game I've liked, maybe you want to check that out. It looks a lot like 2-player Castle Crashers, which looks really cool. But I've also heard it's a lot like Doom. But to me, I'm super excited about this because this seems like the right bite size. Of course, Marvel Guardians of the Galaxy sounds great, but I may have already purchased that, and you're welcome.
Oh boy!
Thanks, Nate.
It was cheap.
All right.
Free is cheaper.
Free is the best. All right. Game Pass, there are a couple of games that are going to be removed on March 15th. All these 4 games are going. Is it 4? Are you adding anything? Okay, no. Nier Automata, the cloud console and PC, which there are stacks apparently available for this. Fogs, Corey, Nate, complete that if you have it. Torchlight 3, and The Surge 2. All of those games are leaving cloud console and PC.
That,
well,
go ahead. You go ahead, sir.
No, you go first. No, okay, fine.
Can
So
I go first?
Nier Automata, that was one game that actually started the JRPG talk in Discord today. I'll actually be streaming this game this coming Friday if anybody would like to watch.
That's actually what I was going to mention this game, because it would not be a successful achievement podcast if we don't. This game has cheeses in it.
I thought you were going to mention that.
Yeah. I don't know the details of the cheese. Maybe somebody could mention it on some kind of content next week if they do it, especially if they stream it. But what appears to be a 40 to 50 hour game on TA is more like 4 to 5 hours. You can
tune in
play
next week for that tip.
You could just play a little bit, grind a little bit, and use an achievement store to get the completion fairly quickly. Relatively speaking, times 2, as a matter of fact, with the PC stuff, the PC stack. So yeah, get on that.
So there's a couple of people in chat saying not to cheese it. I will say, I'm going to play the game legitimately. Like, I'm not going to just, do the cheese and then get out. Like, I'm actually going to try to play through the story. I'll play through it once, and then I'll do the cheese and get the achievements, and then uninstall it promptly thereafter. The correct way. Elle, you had something you wanted to say on this? On removals?
No, I saw them talking about it also. I know Redemption denied.
Oh, okay.
Did it today. And NBA Kirkland linked a post of how to beat the game or how to do the cheese in 2 to 4 hours or something like that. But it's probably closer to 4 or 5, like Corey said, because if it's something you don't have prior knowledge with, then it'll take you a little longer.
Right. I know Alex or Davies was saying, actually you just said that it's like a 4 or 5 hour completion. There's like some sort of, well, I'll tell you next week. I just said I'll tell you next week when you tune in. I'll tell you how to do the cheese next week. Get extra downloads. All right. Then we got some Game Pass updates. Okay. Corey, would you like to talk about this? Did you add this?
I did not, but I could read it.
Well, then Nate, did you add this?
I did, and I could read it if you like.
Okay. I'll let you read it since I didn't even know that this was here.
I'll do my best Corey impersonation.
I did not see this.
The Xbox app on PC has been updated. You now have the option to choose what folder your games get installed to. Yay. There's also access to files for select games you've installed, as well as options to repair and move your games. So if you had previously installed to the C drive, you're running out of space, you can just right click and say move to D, and then it'll do all the moving. It's also been stated that there's the ability to mod more games with no specifics. So be on the lookout for all sorts of fun TA drama on why that's good or bad or whatever. There's also been an update to the Game Pass Ultimate perks that might be interesting to some people. EA Sports UFC 4, you get the Fighter and Customization bundle on March 3rd. For Halo Infinite people, you get the Past Tense Mongoose bundle on March 9th. You can customize your multiplayer arsenal with the exclusive Past Tense Mongoose vehicle, the Mongoose vehicle coding, 4 2x XP boosts, and 4 challenge swaps. Well,
that's nice.
Yeah. So if you are a Game Pass person, but you haven't paid for that, the season pass, you can do all that fun stuff. And Century Age of Ashes, something Savannah bundle. It's March 14th. I don't know anyone who's playing this, but if that's you, you're in luck. They've also changed the Game Pass Quest, but maybe we'll have more information on that next week.
All right.
You're about to break the
that.
law. You're about to break the law.
Do what?
You're about to
Okay.
break the law. Go for it. Nate's law. Go ahead, read it.
Coming real soon?
Uh-oh. Don't do it.
Oh, wow, that took way too long.
What?
That took way too long.
I don't
I'm
get
sure
it.
that'll be edited out. Don't worry. There will be
Probably
no
not.
confusion.
All right. Let's get on to coming real soon. I assume this is either Corey or Nate that wants to talk about this one.
In
Talk about
the
both.
busy RL, we did not really look at the game, so I gave a quick peek, over the list, and I can't believe it, but Tunic's coming out next week, guys. Tunic.
Oh, you did it.
That's
What?
Nate's law.
No. Not until it's in my cold, sweaty hands.
Oh, I think I got too.
No.
I think I got too
I
excited,
know.
guys. I think I looked at the wrong list. That's actually 2 weeks away. I'm just that
See?
excited.
See, this is why you don't talk about Tunic coming out, because it always gets delayed.
Oh boy.
That was not planned. I'll have you know, Tunic did that to Corey.
Like
Not
I
planned.
seriously
It's amazing.
I quickly wrote that down before we started because oh my gosh, it's almost
He
here.
got you. He got you again.
I'm just shocked.
That guy, I tell you.
All right. So
that was a nice one. That was a picture of Mental Night. Yeah, that game comes out on Stone Cold Steve Austin Day, just so you know. 3/16. Oh hell yeah!
wrestling things.
Everyone knows Austin 3/16. Come on, I bet you even Nate knows what that is.
It has something to do with Texas, right?
Okay,
Probably
You're not-
barbecue.
you're not wrong. What time the barbecue's ready? That's correct.
All right. Yeah, wrestling. Okay, let's get to contest now. Corey, why don't you go ahead and read off the losers?
All right, for G-Task, this past week we lost Dan from the individual side. We also lost him from the team side. I have no idea if these are his teammates, but we also lost Dude with the Face, Ben L72, and Northern Lass. They are all eliminated from G-Task.
No. I love Bird. Ben, I love you. In bonuses, solo bonuses called M&M. I like the green ones. Worth 500 TA, and the period having unlocked at least 20 achievements that start with the letter M. Okay, that one sounds not so bad. Team bonus, we love you planting. Let's see. 1500 TA, end the period with each member having spelled the alphabet, all 26 letters, using the first character of newly unlocked achievements. Oh my goodness. Are there any new X achievements out that no one knows about? I think people will not be loving planting for that one. Just a hunch.
Oh, it's not that hard.
There's a pill for that.
Go on. All right. And Gamertag Challenge.
I'll do that. Why not? The Gamertag Challenge is a contest where we attempt to spell the gamertag of a patron that's randomly selected. And then we also have some fun stuff around it, like a wild card and a bonus. Last month, our Gamertag patron challenge was Inigo Montoya 80. And his wildcard game was any new achievement in the racing genre. And the bonus was Prepare to Die. Achievements with a 6 were worth 1 per achievement. Let's get some stats, shall we? There were 46 participants, that's easy to say, 444 letters. There were 23 completions, that's with or without the wildcard. And there were 23 bonuses that were valid. And our winner, after all was said and done, is a Retro Chief 1969 with the bare
Nice.
gamertag completion using the wildcard.
Nice.
Yeah. So that was February. Let's talk about March because we have a new patron, gamertag. And our
Oh, it's
patron
my
is
birthday. It's definitely going to be
It is absolutely not L. It is Northern
Oh.
Lass, but they do have an L in their gamer tag.
Oh,
The wild card game
should've.
is any new achievement in the Kingdom Hearts series is worth 1 bonus draw max. The bonus cardinal competition is achievements with north, south, east, or west in the title, not part of words. Example, beast, that would not count. That's 1 bonus draw per achievement. Yeah. So if you have any questions about that, go to the Discord. We'll be updating the channel name and we'll be updating the document. You can start marking your scores down very soon.
Of course, we get this wildcard game now that all the Kingdom Hearts games are out of Game Pass. Perfect timing.
Why not?
All right. Well, up next is that time of the month. We, I pause. I paused for you guys. I expected more. All right. It is time for the patron drawing. As always, each month during a live show, we do a draw for our patrons to see who wins a gift card. We greatly appreciate all those that do support us. And this month, the lucky winner is a Decoy.
Ooh.
Thank you for the support.
Whoa.
I
This is
see
the time of the
Saucy
show.
is congratulating Decoy, his game share partner on this
Yep.
on this win.
Even Saucy somehow still wins.
Somehow he wins. Even when he loses, he somehow wins.
He obliterates a contest and he still wins. Dear Lord. All right. Well, in that case, let's get into Brag Camp. Take it away, Corey.
All right, for completions, as always, we have JZarp43, who passed the 550 completed games milestone. Casual Exile also passed the milestone. That was 700 completed games.
In ratio, JZarp and LSOC, also known as ELSOC,
EL sock.
have a ratio of 1.4. Dinoman87, Mikey710, and Toadstyle Venom have reached a ratio of 1.6. McThumbs, Crazy Catman, and Saucy Slingo, I haven't heard from that guy in a long time, have a ratio of 1.8. The Super Bob 49 and AS Unknown 1 have reached a ratio of 2.3. So lots of lovebirds with ratio this month. In streaks, Mad Eye Pad Eye is currently on a 9-year achievement win streak.
Whew.
And now the Scrubs. Red 047, 50 days. Casual Exile, 100 days. AS Unknown 1, 200 days. Chesno with 300 days. Ben L72 with 350 days. Jeremy DJ with 900. Sniped by a Girl, 3,050. Blue Thunder, 7398, 3,200. And Big Al is currently on a 3,350-day achievement win streak.
In gamer score, AS Unknown has hit 100,000 gamer score. Sadak has hit 450,000 gamer score. P-Tart has hit 500,000. The Rock, 550,000. The Joe Dean has hit 650,000 along with Bedholm. Red 047 has hit 1.2 million gamer score, and Redemption Denied is at 3.1 million gamer score.
Damn.
Wow.
All right. In leaderboards, Ahizo is in the top 10 of USA Achievements 1 leaderboard for card and board. And L72 is in the top 5 TA leaderboard for Metroidvania. Way to go, Lovebird. High Road Vatu in the top 20 of the USA TA difference leaderboard for cycling. Logic Slayer is in the top 5,000 of the Gamerscore leaderboard. Way to go, bud. A survivalist, and his new tag is in the top 50 of the California TA leaderboard for survival. I guess only playing survival games. Sir Polygon in the top 10 of the Georgia TA leaderboard for sports. And Unky Tim FU is in the top 10 of the Ontario TA leaderboard. In Brags, It looks like Umble Beast has made a delicious looking cake in the food and drink channel if you want to take a look. But I wanted to give a quick shout out to Michelle, who bought me a birthday present, and I'm going to show it off right here. Oh, God. Hey, you can see what it is. Or am I frozen?
Controller case.
Yeah, controller
Nice.
case.
You got a controller case. That's pretty awesome.
You got me a controller case. I am proud owner of an Elite controller now. Thank you, Michelle.
Nice.
Wow.
You never had one before.
I never had one.
Wow.
If anybody can tell me good games to use these paddles on the back or any tips.
I have never
Scott Pilgrim.
installed the paddles.
What?
And
Really?
any Ratalaika,
Oh.
obviously.
They come with the paddles in the back.
You can
Michelle's
just take
such a
those right on
fan.
off. They come off easy.
Oh, so you took them off.
Yes.
Well, I know
The
people have
saving
definitely
grace.
mentioned using them.
The saving grace is the wireless charging. You just set it down, you're good to go.
Yes. Mm-hmm. I like being able to put it in the case and hiding it from my children. They are not allowed to. Yeah, well, I'd love to
Nice.
hear any. I know my number one tip was to not put it in the oven. Other than that,
That's a real good tip.
other than
Oh,
that,
man.
I'd love to hear any tips people have.
Man,
It
what a
is, it is heavy. It is beautiful.
what a friend Michelle is. You do nothing but drag her down and make her play all these crappy games with you, and she buys you an Elite controller.
That's not the
Yeah.
reason, Michelle. That's not the reason. It's not going to help.
Thanks, Sam. And thanks to all of you for joining us on this splendiferous day.
Night.
Stop it. Evergreen.
Oh, right. All right. Well, that'll about do it for us. Before we get to the outro, though, Corey.
Oh, what is this? I'm being kicked off. Okay, so
Yeah, that's it.
serious time. Yeah, this is weird. I'm feeling emotion right now, which I haven't in the past
He has
week
not
or so. I've
prepared
been
the
telling.
speech.
No, I have actually. That's the thing. Okay, so I'm gonna rip the Band-Aid off. I am going to step away from the podcast. Not the community or anything like that. You know this, L. It's not a surprise.
Oh,
So, yeah, I'm going to step away from the podcast. It's just something, another stress thing, just to take away from the plate every week. With that, I am giving up Discord, ownership, and all of that. Again, I'm not going anywhere. I just need less distractions in my life. Those with a keen eye will notice that Koosh has a little crown next to his head in Discord now, and he's the server owner. So as of probably tomorrow, I will no longer have that podcast tag. I talk about it in Rocker's Ramble, which comes out tomorrow. That's why it was delayed today. Just a little bit. Again, I like to refer to myself as podcast adjacent now. I will be helping the guys edit if they need it. I will be helping them run the live shows again if they need it. But otherwise, I'm just gonna, take a step back a little bit, and yeah, I'll still be here. You can still annoy me on Discord.
Yeah. Well, it was a good run. 188 episodes. Not bad.
It was a good run. Thanks.
If only there was a nice round number you could have waited to. But 188 is pretty darn good.
Yeah, I mean, I could have went off on like 200, but then like
500.
the milestone episode, and I don't want to bring it down. And live show made sense. So I don't know.
Well, think of it like this: you did better than Zed to Zed.
Whoa.
I technically did. I don't think I've
Rude.
taken 30.
That was uncalled for.
I don't think I've taken 38 episodes off. So yeah, I think you're right.
That was ungone.
That was another ripping off of the band-aid.
Jeez.
We need some band-aids now.
I heard a thing today, and it kind of stuck with me. Tell the people you like them before you can't tell them you like them anymore. And you know what? I like you guys, and you know I'll be here to support you. I mean, I like my family more, but I like you guys.
I guess I'll take that.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
about the best we'll get.
If you watch enough Disney Plus, you'll be back. So
not on the
Yes.
list.
Saucy said he's going to tell Freem. Oh, we usually make that joke that he'll find out about this in like 3 years.
Something like that.
Yeah. But I think he's caught up now.
By the time Frame hears that, we'll all have been gone.
He's up to date. He's gonna hear this
Nah.
on Thursday.
Well, shoot.
He says he's up to date, but we'll find out.
No, in all honesty, or in all seriousness, I will miss having you here every week. Now it's me versus two old people, so that's gonna be something or else. I don't know how this is gonna go.
And it's like I'm not going away forever. I'm not putting the mic up back in the box. I could appear on a segment here or there. I could even come as a guest back on the panel.
All the F's in the
every
chat.
now and then. Not next week, so don't ask Il. But yeah.
What
Thanks
you
for
doing
the
next
Fs.
week?
They're pressing F to pay their respects to you, Rocker.
Yeah. Thanks for the Fs. So, yep, that's the news.
You volunteering to be the fourth Fug?
We got Doughboy in the chat. He's handy with a mic and not drinking milk cereal, but you can look past that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know.
man, I forgot about that.
That's like a black mark you just can't get rid of. We'll see.
Yeah, well, podcast is still going. Corey just needs to step away. That's all it is. So we'll be back next week, so you don't have to worry about that. Corey will just be one of the peasants. I mean, people.
One of yous guys.
I was gonna say one of you people, but yeah,
We don't have that. Do we have the hotkey, Rocker?
I don't think we do.
Have the what?
What do you mean, yous guys?
What do you mean, people? What about you? What do you mean, you people?
I already got the Spinal Tap reference. I don't know another one yet.
That's right. All right.
2 youths.
All right, never mind then. right.
Corey. Echo wants to know if you're going to be doing Rocker's Ramble still.
I kind of went over that in the Ramble tomorrow, but I still am
All right.
unsure.
No spoilers.
I think it's going to be a no for now. We'll see.
Thanks for that, Fug.
I'll tune in.
Yeah, you guys will do great. The Discord's in great hands.
People.
Thank you for keeping it
Wait,
running
what?
and all
I
that.
have to do stuff in the Discord. What?
Here and there.
Yeah,
I've trained. Well, I haven't trained anybody, but these guys know what they're doing. And
For the most part.
I've left a rock in the back door so I can get in and help them as needed. So like I said, I'm not going anywhere. Just you're gonna hear less of me. So there you
You
go.
can
There
still
you go.
yell at him in the Discord.
Yeah, and you might even see me more on things like Twitch or maybe make some reviews for the podcast. Even though I'm not going to give it a perfect score, but that's that's beside the
Control
point.
the audio. I can go in and change it. He's probably said 10 in this podcast somewhere, so I could just splice that in somewhere else.
Yeah.
All right. But yeah. With that, let's do the outro bits. If you're here, join us. If you're here with us in chat on Twitch, please, if you haven't yet, give us a follow. That's free. And if you are able to, greatly appreciate your sub. If you have Amazon Prime, you get the free sub. And then just as a reminder, once again, I'll be doing a stream Friday night, 9 or 10 Eastern time. I don't exactly have a time nailed down. I'll be playing Nier Automata, and it'll be going for a couple of hours. So we'll see how far I get on that. And then also, it's a possibility might be doing an Among Us session on Sunday night if anybody wants to join. Brooke's been wanting to play that, so that'll be fun.
Hey, hit me up. There's I'm sure you haven't
You're
played
off the
since
podcast. Hey, shut up, man. We
Get
don't want to
out,
hear about
dude.
you. We only
they
hear
have
from you no
they
more.
have roles now.
Didn't you mail your mic in yet? What is going on?
Sorry. See
By
how
the
they
way, I
treat
want
me?
that deposit back. I want that microphone back. You don't get it now.
I
Wow.
got 3 here. You have 1.
But yeah, I'll hit you up because I know Brooke does want to play Among Us with you again.
With Dynable in Kentucky.
Also, hit us up on Twitter at Achievements101. We've talked about Discord a lot. Discord.io/AH101. That is the place to be. That's the only place you're going to be able to hear from Corey. More reason to come join the Discord. And if you don't actually know, be sure to go to Role Assignment and to opt into all those different channels. A lot of them are hidden from you. That way you're not getting overwhelmed with all the notifications. We got music channels. We got movie channel. We got a food and drink channel. All kinds of stuff. Gaming, whatnot. It's a good time. It is the perfect way to waste time while you're at work.
He has never sold that Discord more until I handed it over.
To be completely honest, I've been wanting to say that for like 3 weeks now, and I keep forgetting because it's always been so late, and I always forget.
And since it came up in chat, if you don't know what a Vayner is, I guess don't worry about it.
The Vayner channel is really big. Also, if you haven't yet, please go on over to YouTube and subscribe to us there. Achievement Hunting 101. If Corey does do any reviews, that's where they will go. So that'll be the place to see them. And then last but not least, patreon.com/achievementhunting101. If you are able to help, we greatly appreciate. You get into the patron VIP chat in the Discord, which is a patron secret room. In that channel, that's where I throw different clips that get edited out from the podcast. The peasants don't get to hear that, but the patrons do. Stuff that just doesn't fit the podcast quite well. And then we also do giveaways and other different types of chats and whatnot in there. Thank you all to those that do support us.
And for anyone new that wants to have their name read on the show and get some milestone recognition, please friend the True Achievements account AH101 #4639.
Yes.
And that's where we draw our milestones from. Do that now.
Yep. Go ahead and go on over there and friend request that. But with that, thank you all for listening. Thank you for those that are in chat with us. Class is dismissed. See you next week. Not you, Corey.
I was expecting that. Goodbye.
Bye, everybody. Not you, Corey.
To the ducky races.
Yeah, can you do that for us, Corey?
Yeah.
One story about the chip fug.
Oh, okay. Hang on one sec. Oh, Corey
What
needs to bring
happened?
our videos back up.
It's back up.
All right.
Is it lost in shipping?
Somebody say something.
Something?
Whoa.
Oh, wait. It might help if I do this. Hang on one sec. I'm trying to change my audio.
Why are you changing your audio? Mm-hmm.
All right. There we go. All right. Now I can hear you.
Test.
Test. Okay. So for the chip, oh, wait. No, let me add. Okay. So I was going to eat the chip. I swear I was. I have it right here. All right. So funny story about this. I stole this from my church. No, I didn't actually steal it. They gave it to me. This is the 2020 one chip challenge. So in other words, this is 2 years old. No, J-Lac, I would not give this to Harley. I'm not trying to kill my dog. I'm like, you know what? I'll go ahead and eat it. Who cares? It's 2 years old. It should be fine. Well, I go to open this up. Oh, Corey's making it big screen. Perfect. I go to open this up, and the wrapper is already open. I go, uh-oh. Look at this. Harley here's the wrapper and she wants a chip. Look at this chip. It's freaking moldy. That's not how that's supposed to look. This should be, I would assume, red. It's like
Ooh.
black and nasty. I don't care how many subs you give me. I'm not.
All right, hold
this
on.
chip.
Oh.
I knew there was going to be someone.
Yep.
Yes.
I
mean, look at that. That's not how that's supposed to look.
You need to eat that chip while dancing to Victorious.
I am not eating this chip. I'm not actually trying to die. So yeah, like
Come on, you got to boost that immune system.
That's okay. You can just do 2 2022 chips next week.
Next week. I mean, if I can find the 2022 one, I'll eat it. Like, I'm not opposed. But yeah, I'm not eating this one. This is very moldy. Which is a shame. I was kind of looking forward to that.
These are $20 chips.
They're $20? I thought they were like $4.
You could put them back in the donation plate. Of which you stole it.
Get them at Wawa. I'll have to go to Wawa. I'll see if they have one there.
I'll tell you, they have cameras at Wawa, so you better not steal it.
Take that one back. This one,
Yeah.
I bought this one, and it's not good.
This chip is broken.
Yeah, it's like it was in a desk, and it's just, and I've seen it a couple of times. I'm like, we should do that. We should eat that for, some event or something like that. And then it came to me this week. It's like, oh, I'll do that for the live stream. That's so much better than, like Worcestershire sauce. I'm not doing that again. Don't even ask. Because I know that's coming in the chat. I'm not doing that again. So we'll go back to me eating something crazy for subs next month. What is Wawa?
It is supposed to
you're
be
not
black.
an East Coaster.
Yeah, it's supposed to be black, but it's not supposed to be that.
No. That's why I said, like, before we went live, like, I opened it up, I was looking at it, and I immediately saw that, it was open. I'm like, oh, no. And then I opened the wrapper up, and it looks like that. So it's like, yeah, we're going to pass on that. Okay, so Wawa is a gas station. It's like a high-end gas station. They serve really good food.
High-end gas station. You did hear what you said, right?
Oh, we're gonna do this again? Nate, am I wrong?
You're not wrong.
Does Kenny
Doughboy,
have
am I
something
wrong, if
against
you're
the
still here?
black ones?
Doughboy, no, he's a Floridian. He doesn't know jack squat about BA.
Yeah, Kenny.
No,
do you
but he
have
was
something
BA.
against the black ones?
Oh boy.
Mental night ass. He's hashtag.
I am shocked that he would do that.
Huh. Wawa is down in Florida.
All right. Let's do something.
Beast, you
good.
hate Wawa. What is wrong with you? See, around Thanksgiving time, you got to go to Wawa and you got to get a gobbler. That sub is so good.
Yeah. Stick a gobbler down your throat. Sounds great.
Yeah. Big veiner. Gobbler
Let's-
down your throat.
Let's get some tunage.
You got all the sound clips here.
All right.
Black ones. Jeez, Kenny.
Yeah, you did mention something about the veiner being huge. By the
Yeah.
way.
I know I did.
All right, guys, we are in for our
Hang on. L's computer crashed.
L's computer crash. That is not Big L who said that, if you're confused. Oh, I need to share my screen with you guys.
Lay down. Lay down, Harley. They want you on the doggo cam.
We only see about 4/5 of her, which is what I would rate most games.
Yeah, Philip. Everybody that's in the sub will be in the list. Whoop, there's another sub. Thank you for everyone. Seriously, thank you for everyone that is subbing.
Oh,
I really
thanks.
do appreciate that.
Thanks, Restate.
Yeah.
To get your name in there. You've not missed out. Anybody who subs between now and the time L gets back, I think he's coming back, are eligible. We do have the AH101 account as per Fufu. If that account wins, we'll double it or something. I don't know.
Yeah. The AH101 account is going to be one of the ducks. If that one wins, we'll do another ducky race, and then the winner of that will get double the prize.
My gosh, your name is killing me right now. Rhett Thack. There we go. 2 T's. Thanks, Rhett Thack. Rhett's Tack is generally how to pronounce it. All right. Perfect. Oh, Caster. Yeah, I recognize Caster. Funny, my name is my real name backwards is what my RPG names always are. E-Rock.
Interesting. See, I'm lame. I just put Kenny or Foof. I don't have a good RPG name.
L very well may be dead. Oh, sorry. L's computer.
Yeah, his computer's definitely dead. He's still talking, but his computer's dead.
Or at least we assume it's
We
him.
assume it's him. I mean, it could be his murderer, but
That would be a good idea, though. It would completely throw us off.
he's
I
being
wouldn't
way
call
too
myself.
polite. So I don't think it's him.
You have an offer, Fufu.
Damn.
So, Echo, real talk. 5 subs for 5 hours of Dark Souls, or until you beat the first boss, whichever comes first.
So
I've never played Dark Souls. I bet you I could beat the first boss within 2.
Oh, here we go.
Tell you all about next week.
If I have access to Dark Souls, I will consider it.
We could buy. I'm pretty sure that they gave it away for free at one point, right?
I feel like they did. Dark Souls. Let's see if it's on Game Pass.
I don't believe it's Game Pass, but I do believe it goes on sale an awful lot.
I don't. Okay, at least it's backwards compatible. That was my next question.
Well, you can also play the the remaster.
Yeah, it was games with
Oh, it
Gold.
was Games with Gold. Oh, okay.
I think I have it.
Then in that case, I should have access to it.
All right, we doing this
I'll
without
consider
L?
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to. His laptop's not coming up.
We're gonna have to. He said, "All right, all right." Let me,
I'll add Dark Souls to the list. So going forward, I would like to start streaming every Friday night again. Maybe I'll do Dark Souls one of those nights. Who knows? I'm also kind of like fingers crossed that Elden Ring goes in there. I would love to be able to play that game. I know I'm gonna hate it because I hate stuff like that. I don't, like I said before, I don't want to beat my head against the wall. But Elden Ring, like everything about that game calls me. I love like the high fantasy stuff. It looks so good.
I like this one. 5 subs if you could do Flappy Goat.
I'm not doing that again. God, I struggled so much for that. That was awful.
All right, let's roll this this duck race, guys. We got 25 names in the list. Again, AH101 is one of those. If that account wins, we will double prize and go from there. But yeah, we have every... Where's my screen? We have every Twitch sub as of current time and date. And let's do this. We will set it for 1 minute. We will shuffle the characters a few times as we do that. We do know that...
you're going to have to show me.
Like I said, I will help you out. As you know, that the naked ducks tend to do the best. So good luck. We'll do it in 3, 2, 1, and we're off. All right, Kingsman at the very bottom in the pink duck with Surf Biscuit as the old royal chop from Britain. Going to the back now.
One duck with the scuba gear on.
That's right. And Kronos is the naked duck right at the top, all by himself. He stands a good chance. Current Vayner Master Neo 21 is the graduate with Nightwolf as, what is that, a teddy bear duck? We also have a naked matriarch that I left in by mistake. So if she wins, we'll double it as well. How about that? Saucy Slingo is that green going in and out. Just over halfway done. Colorful Dino Bull is trying to make a little sneak attack. But as we know, typically the last 3 seconds or so, we see the winner shoot out. I would not suspect Wild West to win in this situation.
Sorry, Wild West.
Here we go. Last 5 seconds.
Who is going
to come out? Surf Biscuit. No, Mental Knight tried, but Officer Zero rose to the top. Officer Zero, 83. Good job. Congratulations.
We'll get you a code.
I do have a bunch of random codes. We could just see, throw out a few if you guys, people above me, want to.
Let's do 10-second ducky races.
10-second, maybe 5 of them, super quick.
Yeah.
You got
all right.
Seconds? How many codes do you have?
I don't know, 10, 15.
Whoa.
But they're some older rats and stuff.
That's true. But we could do we could just do one race and get the results, remember? Doesn't it have the list results, the placements?
Yeah, I believe it does. If I click this little trophy. Yeah.
Yeah, we can do that.
Let me do a quick Nightbot thing so I can just hear people, not necessarily subscribers.
Yeah, that's a good call.
So if you can hear me, get ready to type a word in, just so I know who to put in here. Oh my gosh, where is it? All right. Log in. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
All right. If you want to be able to win, we got random codes. Some are old. Most are old. Most are rats, but they're just random codes. If you want to be able to get a chance to win one, we'll go in order, and I'll send you the list, and you can pick one. Anybody can enter. Just if you're here, and you can hear my voice. Just type in. Let's just say
Gone Forever. Get off my podcast.
But just type ! Buy. Just like that. BYE. Just if you want to be in the winnings, we'll go for the first through 5th place. That's who we're taking. You guys want to see some prawn I got today in the mail? Full shop catalog, baby. Thing is so interesting.
What is it? Your screen's so small right now. Oh wait.
Oh my gosh, guys, I messed it up. Type buy again. I'm an idiot. All right.
You just want people to type bye, don't you?
No.
Bye.
James Lau, you are not eligible. It was Tool Shop Catalog, Fufu.
Ooh.
I guarantee you, if I open any page in here, there is at least one interesting thing on that page.
Oh, 100%.
I do see you guys coming in now, so we'll just give that another minute. Let's just pick one here. Give you some entertainment. There is a sign here that has a dog with an anti-doo-doo thing here. No joke. My neighbor has this. She does not like dogs in her yard.
Man, this reminds me. I need to go to Harbor Freight.
The place for cheap tools. Careful though, some of them are crap.
Dude, I'm a mechanic by trade. Like, some of the stuff, it's not that bad.
It's like the Aldi of mechanics.
Yeah. All right, I'm just
That's
gonna,
funny.
I'm gonna
Got him. We got him.
That
put you
almost
guys
was a
in-
mistake. That's good.
all right. My name's
I don't see a list.
I don't know why it's only
Rigged.
type.
It's rigged.
Clear.
I see duckies, but that list was just blank.
Oh gosh.
Oh, we don't want to
Wait,
do
check
it.
his tabs. See what he's been up to.
Oh boy. Speaking of prawns,
You think I shared the screen with the tabs? All right, here we go. I'm just gonna type your names in, and then we'll get going for the top 5. Oh gosh, I gotta type on screen. I hate that. I got Ace Phoenix.
You're not. There's no way you're a worse typer than I am.
Oh boy, a black. ATO. We're just gonna put doc teacher. Mental. Nightwolf. Philip Wendell. Thanks guys for showing up too. It always amazes me that people come around and watch us. Very much appreciated.
21 people watching. It's pretty awesome.
Obi Lynn,
Here, we'll go back to
Humble
double
Beast, Bug, Neo. All right, if I did not get your name, speak up if you want in. Rolling through the chat. All right, I think that's it. So, Freem wants in. Tell Freem to come in here. Got 30 seconds.
Right? It's for people that are here.
He's having trouble with two-step on Twitch. All right, if he can say something
Need a
on
better
Discord,
breakdown.
tell him to say anything on Discord, and I'll know that that's legit. Somebody tagged me in food and okay, good. It's Humble Beast. I was gonna say if somebody tagged me and there was no hard Mountain Dew, or they had hard Mountain Dew, I was gonna be mad because I've no joke went to almost a dozen places, and
Dude,
I'm getting mad. I wanted to have that, to cheers to you guys, and crazy. I didn't go there just for the drinks, but I always looked and it was never there.
well, Frame just messaged me and said he's not.
He's not what?
That's what I was about to say. He's not what?
Cake does look delicious, Humble Beast. Thank you.
Dude, that
Tag.
cake looks awesome.
All right, is Freem in or out? Fufu, you're the judge. He messaged you.
Put him in.
All right. If Freem wins, I might go 6th. Okay. Here we go, guys. 14 of you guys are paying attention and or eligible. We have some not eligible in chat, so let's do we'll do 30 seconds. Top 5 people I'll DM probably tomorrow with a list of old crappy games, and you can pick from that. So not 10 minutes. Let's not do that. 30 seconds on the clock. Shuffle 3 times. 1, 2, 3, and let's go. All right, you have a chance to win. I don't know
Much
what.
better chance. Nowhere near as many names.
I don't know. I don't know maths. What's, you have 5 out of 14 chances.
I'd say like 10 out of 10.
10 out of
10 out
10.
of 10 chances.
Yeah, about that. Tossy Slingo is that Spider-Man duck?
5, 4, 3, 2,
Top 5. Ring.
1.
Oh, we need to take Freem's name out, by the
And
way.
Freem wins.
Well, you can't write this stuff, guys. You can't make it up.
Since Freem was here but not here, I'm gonna go 6. We'll do top 6.
Yeah.
Okay. So I will be
You lucky
messaging
bug.
these people. I'm gonna take a screenshot right now, and you guys will hear from me, and I'll send you a list of games. I don't know who Shocked Teacher is, but they got 12th place. All right.
Dude, I really want a piece of that cake right now. It looks so good. And I don't even eat dessert stuff like that.
You did win, Neo. You did win. Congrats. But, all right. I think that will about do it. Camera's messed up. Don't worry about it. All right. Let me send this screenshot to the boys so they have it for posterity's sake.
Stop streaming. Stop sharing your screen. That's what I'm trying to say. And it
It's gonna
should
be
go
hard.
back to normal because you're sharing to us. That should fix it.
Yeah, Big L's a dog now. All right. They have the list. I'm just going to see if anybody's online. We'll do our little raid. Thank you, Saucy. It was nice knowing you as well. Oh, we should raid Tony Calzone. Just kidding. Oh, nobody's on. It's fine. All right. Thanks, you guys. It's been a pleasure.
For the last
Any
time,
parting words?
is there anything you'd like to say, Corey? For the nice crowd.
No.
There you go.
There we
You
are.
heard it here first.
Nope. Appreciate all you guys, and I'll catch you in Discord. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.